In 460 BC, after the Persians left Athens, a leader emerged who would enable the city to reach cultural and militaristic heights. His name was Pericles, and he is credited not only with major democratic reforms, but in rebuilding a powerful army and creating some of the greatest monuments of all time. Under Pericles' 30-year rule, the Acropolis the Persians destroyed was rebuilt in a glorious manner. Its principal building was the Great Parthenon, but the hill was filled with dozens of smaller temples, each a masterpiece of design and execution. Pericles led the city through a golden age, which would make the name of Athens.
Hello Professor and hello everyone. My name is Sunchan Visna. Today I'm going to talk about the Golden Age. My presentation is in 3 parts. First, I'm going to talk about what is the Golden Age. Second, I'm going to talk about the sculptural program at the Parthenon in the Golden Age. And third, I'm going to talk about the architectural program at the Acropolis in the Golden Age. The Golden Age of Athens, the age of the Pericles, are the name for the time periods when Athens reached its height of power and prosperity. It began in 478 BC and lasted for approximately 50 years until 431 BC. In the beginning of its so-called Golden Age, Athens was just coming out the prison walls as a leader of the League, and they were beginning their rise to power. At the end of this prosperous era, Athens has made huge advancements in their government, architecture, art, literature, science, and philosophy. Their accomplishments in this area influence essentially every aspect of society today. Before the age, Athens was like other city-states in Greece. They were not the superpower of the country. In fact, they were not very significant at all during this time. Athens was located on the peninsula of Attica, and it was the only part of mainland Greece and that remained Indian and did not submit to the Dorian invasions. Now let's move to my second part, which is the sculpture program at the Parthenon. The purpose of their art was to perceive something visible, such as an idea of feeling, by revealing its most prominent component. Great sculpture was intended to be displayed in public space, which meant that it had to be worthy of the goals. The style of art shifted from artist to classical. The most important change in the art style may have been in the pose of sculpture. Before, the sculptures were a bit in stiff, unrealistic pose, and the face of the people always seemed very round. However, in classical art, the pose of sculpture were much more natural, and their face displayed various kinds of emotion. The style of art focused on balance, completeness, proportion, and rhythm. Sculpture would try to create the perfect person that would be almost godlike. The ancient Greeks believed that the closest thing to perfection was the young, aesthetic human body of a male. There were fewer structures of women than men, and their body would always be closed. The mindset of ancient Greeks from the time period was women were not equal to men. Therefore, women could not be anywhere near perfection. This kind of attitude was the reason why there were fewer works of art women. Like architecture, Greek art during Golden Age was very important in presenting their country to the world. Now let's move to my last part, which is the architectural program at the Acropolis in the Golden Age. While leading Athens during its Golden Age, architecture was very important to the Greeks. Pericles believed the city's greatness should be seen by the world, so he supported major construction of great structures. He has the Acropolis built. Its building contained Doric and onyx columns. These were made of the marble and they represented the strength and grace of the Athenians. On the top of Acropolis was the propylons of or entranceway. The propylons incorporated the traditional Doric and Ionic style. It was designed by architect Marcellus Sicar in 437 BC. Another structure on the top of the Acropolis is Erechthemes. It is the temple of Virgil's victory, perhaps the most famous building from the Golden Age was the Parthenon. The structure was built in 441 BC and was the spiritual center of the Athens. It was designed and built by architect Innes Claricus and sculptor Phidias. The Parthenon was a temple dedicated in Athens, goddess of wisdom, and it was Doric in style. The building was a symbol of Athens' power and demonstrated the blessing the city received from the god. It was 237 feet long, 110 feet wide, and 60 feet tall. It donated harmony and symmetry in a way that the building is completely symmetrical. According to Greek scholar John Miltiades, the Parthenon is more the work of inspiration than of calculation. It is a new vision of life, the vision of classical Athenians. This is the end of my presentation. Thank you for watching.